Hey guys, welcome back to KrissBeauty. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Christina. Some of you call me Kriss, others Tina. Whatever you prefer, girl, that's fine with me. Okay, you guys, in today's video, I'm actually going to be doing another amazing recreation. In my last and very first recreation here on YouTube, I did Kylie Jenner's WAP video look. And so today I decided to do the one and only Beyonce. I know. So it's crazy because I have been recording different videos on TikTok and I've been getting a couple of very weird comments about how we resemble each other. What? Girl, no. But it gave me this really cool idea to recreate her look and how Beyonce looks lately, and I'm just excited. So I started off with this hair and we're gonna get started on the makeup. But before we do that, if you're not already subscribed to KrissBeauty, go ahead and do so. Turn on that big bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my videos, and let's get started. Alright y'all, so I'm fully moisturized for the first time in days. I've been going through it. I'm pretty sure we all have. Moving forward though, I am gonna be recreating this gem right here. I'm ready. I tried to replicate her hair as close as possible, but she has longer, more blonde hair, and I tried. Okay, I don't know what to tell ya. I tried. But as I said, I do have on some moisturizer. I noticed that she has really amazing skin, and it's also very dewy, so that's great because I have pretty dry skin typically. So I'm actually going to start off today with the face and foundation and perfecting the base. Just getting started, what I usually like to do is do concealer and contour first, and then I go over it with foundation. And I think it's actually perfect for today's look because she doesn't seem like she heavily contours, you know, she just has the glowing from within sort of vibe, and we're gonna try. Of course, I'm taking my e.l.f. cream contour kit. I'm gonna take this shade right here and I'm just gonna begin to contour the face. I don't have any primer on, by the way. I don't feel like doing primer. I do have moisturizer on. So let me go ahead and start cream contouring. And I love cream contour. Oh, I put a lot of contour on. What's wrong? I love to cream contour under because I feel like it really does just make a huge difference. I don't know why I put so much on, and I'm kind of mad at myself because she's her skin is perfect and I don't want to overdo it. So let me just chill. I haven't done my makeup in days, you guys, so I am going a little heavy with the contour. I'm just, you know how you kind of lose your abilities apparently when you haven't touched makeup in a while, so I'm a little happy right now. Okay, I'm gonna snatch the jawline. Beyonce has a very strong jaw in my opinion, so we're gonna have to do a little extra snatching today. She has very beautiful contoured lips, so I am gonna go over my lips with some cream contour, and this is just gonna help for a fuller effect. I'm obsessed with her lips in this picture in particular. So let me move on to the nose. I usually like to do a full snatcheroo on the nose. Her nose is pretty snatched though, so I'm gonna start at the very beginning of the brow. Alright, so this is how our contour is looking. Again, it's gonna look a lot better in a couple minutes. We hope and we pray to the Lord, baby Jesus Christ. I'm gonna go ahead and put some concealer. I'm gonna focus more on golden tones today. So I am gonna take this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Light Beige. It's more so my skin tone color, I like to think it is. So I'm gonna focus that right under the eye. And I'm going to take the smallest amount in the shade Fair Beige, just so it can really bring that highlight out. Alright y'all, I'm grabbing the shade 220 from Maybelline Fit Me. This is the Dewy Fit Me foundation, and I'm going to take that on the back of my hand. And it's more of my summer skin tone, just because I have a tan down here but not up here, so we're just going to balance that out. And I'm just going to start here. I still haven't picked up any more product, by the way. I'm just filling in the blanks, if that makes sense. Okay, now I'm going to begin to blend out this contour. Again, I didn't pack on any of the product really on the sponge. I'm just taking the tiniest amount or whatever I have left over, any excess, and just blending that into the contour. Alright, yeah, I'm blending out the concealer and I'm making sure to keep it in the specific places that I put it down while blending it seamlessly. Okay, and I'm gonna slightly go over this lip contour. Alright y'all, everything is seamlessly blended. I'm very impressed with the placement of everything. I'm grabbing my Airspun. You know, I always have my Airspun on deck. And I'm gonna begin to set the face. Okay, so I just want to mention that even though she has like really like dewy skin and dewy makeup, and I myself suffer from extremely like dry skin, eczema, like all that, like patches, it just is crazy, you know, it tries to sabotage me. But I do want to mention, and this is just something that I've noticed about my skin, and this may not apply to you necessarily even if you do have dry skin, but I used to have a habit of just going over like my other areas of the face with a brush just because I was afraid of like powder and like over drying my face. But I'm noticing regardless if I am having dry patches or whatever the case is, the best thing is to hydrate under the skin, but also to make sure that I am completely setting my face with a sponge, and to not be afraid of the sponge and to sort of like really get in there, because I used to have like a really bad issue with my contour and my bronzer not blending out, specifically on this side and then like on the forehead, and I still have trouble with my forehead. But I'm finding that completely setting my face with a sponge and not just brushing over it with a brush and some setting powder is really helping. And I just wanted to put that tip out there because I've really noticed a difference. And again, you don't want to like over set your face, but don't be afraid either, girl. But one place I am like very particular about setting or baking or anything like that is my nose. So I tend to take like whatever is left on my sponge and then I set it, or I'll even take like the brush and set it with the brush, because let me tell you, my nose will get super patchy super quick. So just an FYI. I'll even take a brush even after I've set everything with the sponge and go over my face as well. And this is especially if you live like in really hot climates. I'm in Florida and I don't even put on makeup anymore. What am I saying? I don't put on makeup when I go outside, especially because we have to wear masks. Like, no, I'm not doing that. If you have to, if you absolutely have to put on makeup, that's my recommendation. All right, y'all, I look super like powdery, I know. I'm gonna bronze right now. She bronzes mainly in the forehead. There's a lot of like shininess here, which, well, dewiness, not like oily, but like there's a lot of dewiness here. So I'm gonna focus bronzer up here. She has like light brown. It's just so hard to follow her because she just, it seems like that's how she woke up. I need a little extra help. I'm gonna grab my favorite like bronzing kit. This is something that I picked up from Ross. If you haven't watched my Ross video, go ahead and do so. So I like to take this shade right here. She doesn't have any like harsh contour, which is really hard for me to accept, but I have to accept it. I'm just gonna take like a brush and barely tap my face, and I'm so sad about it. All right, I'll take this fluffy brush from e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush. Let's go into that bronzer. See, I overdid it with the, oh god, with the bronzer. I'm just gonna go up the side of the face. All right, y'all, let me start this 5 head. Everything seems very like seamlessly blended on her forehead, so I'm really gonna try hard. All right, y'all, so the face is bronzed. It's a little heavily bronzed. I'm gonna like fix it as I go. I did snatch the jawline, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and snatch the nose really quickly. I like to take a dry angled fluffy brush like this, and I'm just gonna go right into the cream contour that we did earlier. And this part is always gonna look like super harsh. That's just a given, but it'll come together in a few. Okay, so I told you that I didn't like to really set on my nose, but I have to clean this up, so I'm taking a little bit of setting powder, and I really only let this sit for like a couple seconds. Okay, and while that's sitting for a second, I'm gonna take this shade here from the Profusion Highlight and Contour 2 palette. I picked this up from Walmart. I love like a good shade like this. I think it's perfect for like really bringing out your highlight. And this is not one of those things that you want to let sit like at all. So I just like to sweep like the places that I put concealer. So as far as blush, I don't really see like a huge amount of blush. Let me like zoom in. No, there's not a lot of blush. Oh my god. I'm just gonna take the blush brush that I usually use, and it has like, already has like some blush on it from before, and I'm just gonna like tap my face a little bit to just get that a little bit of that rosiness. Can you like kind of see it? I kind of see it. Her blush seems to really be very similar to her bronzer shade. Like it's the slightest amount of like pink in it. So I think this is like, I think this is good. I'm gonna keep it like this because then I'll pick up blush and I'll never put it down and it's a moment, okay? All right, y'all. So I zoomed you guys on in because I want to focus on like the eyes and the eyebrows. I didn't apply any highlighter yet. I'll do that towards the end, you know, as like a finished touch. All right, so Beyonce's eyebrows, I've always really admired her eyebrows because they're very natural looking. They're like really nice and like clean and fluffy at the same time. And I'm just like, oh, I wish I had eyebrows like that. But I did brush up my brows and we're gonna work with it. So I'm actually gonna take a little bit of my Pear soap and I like to use this to sort of like keep my brows in place. And I take that on my spoolie. So I kind of brush them like up and over just to give them like a little bit of like a cleaner effect. Let that dry for a second. So I don't want to fill in my eyebrows too heavily, so I'm gonna actually take this darkest shade in this highlight and contour 2 palette from Profusion, and I am just going to like very ever so slightly like fill them in. And by the way, for my brows I'm actually using the Morphe M158 brush. It's like a spoolie side and an angled brush side, which is perfect. All right, y'all, so I'm actually gonna leave my brows like this. They are like literally hardly filled in, but of course it still took 1,000 years. Of course. I want to actually move on to the eyes. The eyes look like pretty, I want to say simple, but I know it's not gonna be simple. In this particular photo, she has like a little bit of a pink gold vibe going on. So I'm actually gonna use my Wet n Wild palette. I haven't used this palette literally like, I mean months, probably. Wow, I don't think I used this palette this year, if I'm being totally honest. Yeah, so I'm gonna use this palette. This is like one of my favorites. It's just one of those things that I put away and I forgot to pick back up. So so yeah, she has like that pink gold vibe going on, and of course this has like a whole array of like colors. I'm gonna dip into like this pink, this gold, and just like play with it. Okay, so to prime my eyes I actually just took whatever remaining foundation I had on the back of my hand because I was making a mess anyways. So I am going to, I guess I'll begin with a little bit of a transition shade. She doesn't have like a lot going on with the eyes, which I love because, you know, sometimes the eyes take like a whole nother hour just to perfect. So I'm excited to keep it simple. All right, let me go ahead and grab, I'm holding this like really weird. I'm gonna go ahead and like touch this shade up here and this shade right here and sort of like use that as a transition moment. So she seems to only like focus it like up here. She seems to be focusing some browns on like her outer V. So I'm just gonna play with, well, I'll play with this brown in particular because I don't really want to go too dark just yet. Okay, so I focused that brown shade like solely on the very outer V of my eye, but I'm gonna take my fluffy brush that I use for my transition and sort of like flick this up just a little bit. All right, y'all, so let me go ahead and begin touching this pink right here and this gold. The pink seems like it's more on the inner corner more than anything, so I'm just gonna place that down with the pencil brush. I actually want to grab like, is it weird that I want to grab like this shade? This shade is more of like a pink shimmery shade. Yeah, I'm noticing that the pink here is a little darker than this like lighter one, so I want to like mix and match the two of those. Okay, y'all, now I'm adding the gold right in the center. Okay, guys, I have the shimmers down. I think they are blended really nicely. I'm just gonna go back in with that brown a little bit and sort of create a little bit more of that smoky effect. All right, you guys, so I went ahead and I went ahead and added some lashes and some mascara. I try to go with really cute fluttery lashes, but it might be too long for this look, but hey, we're just gonna work with them. So while they're drying, it doesn't seem like she has like much under like her like under eye or anything like that, so I'm just gonna add some mascara. I'm gonna add the Megalength mascara from Wet n Wild, by the way. Actually, I do notice a little like tiny bit of like brown. It's a lighter shade of brown though, so I'm just gonna grab like one of my bronzer shades. Okay guys, so I did add some brown shade to my lower lash line along with some mascara. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face really quickly just because I feel really like powdery still. I'm gonna take my Hard Candy Rose Drenched Toner and Refresher really quickly. Okay, and for highlight, I want to take this e.l.f. highlighter that I have here. It's honestly not one of my favorites, but I noticed she has like a champagne sort of shade. This is in the shade White Gold. I'll just take my fan brush because it's my favorite to get like a subtle, less precise highlighter. So I'm just going to take this. Okay, so I added my highlight where I usually add it, except I added it more down the middle of my face to give like that glow from within. I am going to finish up with my lips. I'm just going to go ahead and take my cream contour palette from e.l.f. I'm going to take the lightest shade in this palette and I'm just going to line the lips. After much consideration, I decided to change my mind, of course. I'm actually going to take the Morphe Mega Matte in shade Confess. This is like a nice like brown shade, and I'm going to line my lips with that. And I'm also going to play with the Mega Matte Kissy Face, both from Morphe. Alright y'all, so after going through like a million freaking like lipsticks, I actually ended up settling for this Milani Color Statement lipstick. This is in the shade Bahama Beige, and I mixed and matched like the Morphe ones. I mixed and matched with this. It was a lot, but basically I wanted to keep more of a brownish tone, something that wasn't too precise on like the top lip, and then line the bottom lip and keep this a little bit bare. Finally, I'm gonna go in with the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Madeline or Madeline, and I'm just going to hit the top lip. I'm taking a little bit of Sienna. Alright you guys, and this is the final look. I am officially done recreating Beyonce's look, and I am so impressed with how it turned out. I still don't see any resemblance to Beyonce, but I'm feeling very like bougie and really good. And I'm actually glad that I sat down today and filmed this for you guys. And even though I don't feel 100%, I feel very close to Beyonce. I feel like we're connecting. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe before you leave. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and let me know who you want me to recreate next. Alright you guys, I hope you have an amazing day. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.